Welcome to Alban Cat's video on engine air filters. Depending on the model Caterpillar machine you have, there's a variety of different ways to access the engine air filters. On this specific model is a 930H wheel loader. To raise the hood, you go in this door panel here, move the lever to the right, open the door, and there's a switch here with a hood icon. Take the switch and move it up, and that's going to raise the hood to access the air cleaners. It's recommended to replace your engine air filters every 500 operating hours, but due to the conditions on every job site being different, you may want to do it sooner. To help you decide when to change the air filters, there's an air filter indicator. This indicator is graduated up to a red line. Because the filters in this machine have no restriction, it's at the bottom of the level on the indicator, so you know these air filters are clean. As this yellow bar progresses up to these marks and then up to the red, when you get up to the red is when you're going to have to clean or replace the air filters. Let's assume that the yellow bar is up to the red bar, indicating that we need a filter change, and we're going to go up and remove the air filter housing. The outer air filter is called the primary, and the inner air filter is called the secondary filter. The outer catches everything first, so naturally it's going to be a lot dustier and dirty than the inside one. You can either replace these filters at the 500 hours or when the air filter indicator suggests so, or you can clean them out. You can clean them out with compressed air not to exceed 30 psi from the inside blowing out. You can also wash them in a light soapy water and air dry them as well. The recommendation is air dry and or replace. You also have this baffle, which a lot of the loose dirt is going to be here, and you can open this baffle up and remove some of the dirt before you open up the end housing. A lot of air filters are configured differently, and you need to consult your operation and maintenance guide behind the seat in the cab if you are not sure on what to do. This specific model, there's 3 metal clips that you flip up. And then you just pull it this way. This also has an indicator here that's marked top with these arrows that you would orientate straight up. These are called radial seal filters, and they are just held in by a seal that's on the interior of the inside diameter of the air filter, and you just pull while you're pulling out and move left to right. You're able to take the air filter out. This is the primary filter. This is the secondary filter. Now we're going to remove the secondary air filter, and you have to use some caution here because you don't want any dirt getting inside the pipe that it's protecting, the intake pipe to the engine. The secondary removes somewhat like the primary, that it also seals with a rubber seal around the pipe, so they call it radial seal, and this is what determines it's a radial seal filter. And this is a secondary filter, and this is what seals the dirt from the outside. And the air is coming in from around this filter through the center and up into this cavity into an intake pipe, and that's how the engine gets its fresh air in. Alright, now we're going to install the engine air filters. This is a secondary filter, and it's going to go in first. And you're going to introduce it into the center of this plastic holder. Get it up into its seat, and you can kind of tell there's a distinct notch in that seats the filter in place. And then you're going to get the secondary filter, which encompasses this primary filter, will encompass the secondary filter, and you slide it in and kind of give it a left and right while you're pushing in, and make sure it's seated in as well. If the primary filter isn't seated correctly, you won't be able to get this cover on, and it's going to have to get pushed in all the way to its full seat. Remembering to put your arrows that indicate, and also with the word top, on the air filter housing, and put it in place. And then you're going to latch the 3 metal tabs that hold the cover to the main housing. And there's 3 of those. And then you can try to just make sure the cover is seated and you cannot pull it back off, and this is in place correctly. And that completes installing air filters in your engine. Just remember that the indicator is what's going to say it all on how to remove, when to replace or clean your air filters. For more information on Alban Cat, please visit our website at albancat.com.